Hey everyone, I'm Tannen, and today we're going to be reviewing the iOS 18 update. This came to developers today, and I now have it installed on my iPhone, my iPad, and my MacBook, which I'll be reviewing in later videos. But today we're going to be focusing on iOS 18, everything that's new and how to use it. Starting off with the new home screen, here you can see everything looks pretty normal. However, if I hold down, I'm able to press edit and hit customize. This allows me to change all the icons to dark or automatic, or you can do tinted, which then you can change it to any color of your liking. If you want to do that, you can also have a large option here that'll make the icons a little bit more large. And then you have an eyedropper that you can use to eyedrop your backdrop for a color that matches your background. Now, if we go to automatic, this will only change when we come to the control center and hit dark mode. Now, all of these change, except the ones that aren't accepted. Some like Pages or any other apps that aren't Apple's apps, they're not going to change to the dark mode, which is quite disappointing if you have a lot of them on your home screen. But other than that, this is a great feature to change, and I hope they also bring the dark mode to others in the future. Now, if we swipe down, we can go to customize. And if we want to customize the wallpaper, these are the new iOS 18 wallpapers right here. Purple, azure, yellow, and pink. And then they have their dark and their light modes to them also. You can see them here. But besides that, those are the new ones that we got for iOS 18 with this update. Also, you will see here that we have options to customize these now. So if you go to customize, hit lock screen, you can now change these to be whatever you want, which we've been asking for a while now. But like you can see here, my right is the camera per usual, but I changed the left to a voice memo because I use that quite often. Other than that, that's mostly the change to the home screens and the wallpapers. Now we're gonna move to the control center, which has a huge major overhaul. You can see here, this looks a little different. You can open this and now you get a bunch of your settings. You have satellite down here for the new satellite messaging. You have all your other apps, but you can see here at the top right, we have a plus icon. Hit the plus icon, add a control, and it brings up a bunch of controls that you can customize your control center with, which is quite awesome. Once you're done, you literally just tap and it finishes it. If you're wondering what this power button at the top right is, it'll just bring up this like if you held down your right power button. Now you'll also see that if I bring this down and I continually drag it, it'll open all the other different control centers, which is quite awesome. They're not all in the same place anymore. You can also just swipe down and then you can tap between them. So I have my home here. I can turn off my stuff on here. So I thought that was quite cool. I think this is by far one of my favorite bits. But anyways, that's really all there is for the control center. It's quite simple, except when we turn on our flashlight. We now have a new dynamic island animation, which when you swipe out of the control center, you have to tap it again to pull it up. But you slide forward to brighten, come back to make it less bright, and then you can tap it, and that'll turn it off completely, and then you tap somewhere else, and your flashlight's gone, which is honestly quite confusing, but it's just kind of a strange, like, dynamic island widget, but other than that, it's pretty cool. So now with iOS 18, you'll be able to use send later. So you can hit send later, and then you can type in whatever you want, and it'll send at a certain time. You can tap this, scroll through it, go down, AM, PM, awesome. Samsung has had this for years, and Android's had this for years. So this is quite awesome to have it coming to iOS. Now with tap back or double tapping messages, if you double tap, you'll get your row, and they're no longer just grayed out icons or pretty simple icons. They're all colorful now, and you can hit add an icon, and you can add any icon that you want for a tap back. So now in iOS 18, you can lock certain apps. So say we wanted to lock the home app, you hold and then hit require face ID and then tap require face ID. It'll scan my face if it's near, and it'll work completely. Could not authenticate, don't worry about that. But it'll work, and then it'll just require face ID every single time you go into the app, restricting other people from just scrolling through all your apps or your photos or things that you just don't want them to. Other than that, we got a new Passkey app. Let me unlock this real quick. So now you have your little pass keys. This was in settings before, but now you can just now it's just an app, and you can tap on these, or you can share them if you want to. I don't know why you do that, but you can create shared groups and share them with certain people. And then you can add passkeys or get rid of passkeys within the app, or you can search up passkeys. Now on iOS 18 in the phone app, when you call someone, you can now record the call like a voice memo, which is quite an interesting feature, and I'm going to see how that plays out. Now, the calculator app got a decent upgrade. It also has a new icon, but it's practically the same thing, except you can tap this, and then you have your scientific, which brings up that, and then you have your math notes or your conversion. But math notes, I'll show you on the iPadOS video pretty soon. If you want to see that, go there. But basically, I'll show it here. You write, and then if you put like an equal sign, it'll do the sum for you. It's quite cool. It's a lot of machine learning and new with Apple's intelligence, which is quite cool. Now let's head to photos. If we head to photos real quick, you'll see that we have this whole new section thing. It's quite crazy. So you're gonna scroll down, and you're usually gonna hit a bar, and then you can hit years, months, or all. And then you can hit this sort button, and you can sort it to whatever you're liking. If you swipe down after you hit the bar, you'll get all these different settings and things where they have collections, memories, trips, albums. This will happen the second you go on a trip. Albums will appear when you make them, and then you have shared albums if people share them with you. You got featured photos, and then you're gonna media type like video. And then if I hit movie, it'll create a movie for me to a sense, which is quite cool, and add things over it, which is also quite cool. That's not really useful for me since I edit my own videos, but for people that don't, I think that's going to be quite useful, and I thought that was awesome. So settings got a revamp in this update. If you open it, you're going to see all this. This all looks pretty similar, but when you open up a certain tab, you're going to see it's a lot different now. Not too different, but if you scroll all the way down, your apps just aren't showed here. They're just shown in this apps bar. So hit apps, and now you can see all your apps, which I thought was great because it was a lot of clutter for absolutely no reason. Now, in Apple Music, say we have something like queued music. Once you press the bookshelf, you're going to see we have some new icons for repeat, shuffle, and both of them. Now, you'll see my queue. Here, you can add songs to queue, and then if you swipe up, you'll see your history. You can clear your history, and now it won't clear your queue, which I thought was quite cool, and it also won't play those songs in your history. Just a small little change, but quite convenient and cool. If you have AirPod Pros, there's an awesome new feature coming for you in iOS 18. We all know how annoying it is to update your AirPods, though. It takes eons. So I haven't gotten the update yet, nor do I think anybody else has, but I'll show it here. From the Apple WWDC conference, they showed that if someone called you, you can now shake your head no, or shake it yes, and the AirPods and Siri will understand that, so you no longer have to speak out loud. Also coming up with iOS, we're going to be going over Apple Intelligence, which is going to be quite awesome. We're going to be able to double tap down here, talk to Siri. We're going to be getting a brand new Siri animation that isn't like this. It'll like come around our screen. It's just really cool. So if you guys want to see videos like that, I'll try to make them as quick as possible. I want to do more Apple content on this channel. I also want to review some products like that Creator Micro back there. Anyways, that's going to be all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this could help out a bit. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.